Let's start off the show with a one-word reaction to Michigan facing Georgia in the college football playoff. Go in the comments. Let me know. Give me a one-word reaction to this one. I'm saying unfair, but not that they can the matchup. I'm saying it's unfair because I do believe Michigan has proved that their resume should make them the number one team. And if Georgia's number three team, they should be facing Alabama, who in all reality should be number two. So I'm going to say unfair, but I'm ready to take them on. I don't think this Georgia team has any advantage over Michigan, as the way, at least what I saw from those teams yesterday and for much of the past few weeks. So let me know your one-word reaction down in the comments. It's going to be the Michigan Wolverines versus the Georgia Bulldogs, the college football semifinal matchup on New Year's Eve. Likely be the primetime game. Over-under, it's a very low one. Two really strong defenses and two offenses that can put up points, have talent, have skill positions, but aren't going to light up the scoreboard. You typically think of them as ones that just put up 40, 50 points on the regular. So Michigan is the underdog in this one. Despite being number two, despite Georgia losing by 2.5, 3 scores yesterday, they are an underdog. Georgia is favored in this one by 7.5. Let's take a look at it. Where would you guys go with this one? Right now, you see the over-under and the favorite up on the screen here. They're going to toss down my right there. Michigan favorite, Georgia's favorite, 7.5, and the over-under is 43.5. Who would you bet on here? Georgia or Michigan? I want to know from you guys, so let me know in the comments. If you had to put money on it, 7.5 point spread, where would you take your money? Pretty interested to see what we think there. So we're going to talk about my keys to victory here for Michigan. If they are going to get a win over Georgia in the college football playoff semifinal and make it to the national title game, which, of course, will be in Indianapolis where Michigan just won last night. Number one, keep the offensive creativity, right? What we see yesterday, Michigan really struggled on offense in the first half. They got it rolling not until the fourth quarter. If you remember, it was the fourth quarter. It was a 21-3 game. Then Michigan kind of piled it on. You had a block punt. You had a turnover, an interception. But they're being very creative on offense yesterday. Brought in J.J. McCarthy. Did a read option with him. Worked really well. Blake Corum went off. And J.J. McCarthy's down there 60, 70 yards downfield, blocking two guys, getting Corum into the offense. Josh Gattis, Jim Harbaugh, they are on a roll. Really even considering the Michigan State game. The first half of that game, they were on a roll. Second half, things didn't go their way. But since that ball game, Michigan has used a lot of guys. Luke Schoonmaker was a star in the game, right? He had a couple touchdowns. Eric All, game-winning touchdown against Penn State, and had a lot of big plays yesterday. An amazing behind-the-back one-arm catch touchdown yesterday. Donovan Edwards, not only is he probably Michigan's best wide receiver, even though he's a third-string running back right now, he's also one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. 47 yards in stride yesterday to Roman Wilson. So Michigan was up 14-3 yesterday, folks, without even having anything going right on offense. Hassan Haskins didn't go in. It's not like Cade McNamara had things going in the passing game, and they were up 14-3 in the conference championship game over a 10-2 season, and that's because of the creativity that they had on offense. If you're watching this live or if you're watching it later on demand, please subscribe to the channel. We've been growing this channel like a weed out in the environment lately. It's been growing every single day. We're getting more and more subscribers. We're now the biggest Michigan football YouTube channel out there with over 17,000 subscribers. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you have, if you like the show and you want your friends to get a daily video, send them the link, YouTube.com/Michigan TV. So I said, keep the offensive creativity, but mix in J.J. McCarthy running and continue as part of that. So this is almost like a 1B to my 1A there. But what did we see from Alabama yesterday that can work against this Georgia team that then opens up every single thing else on this offense? Mix in J.J. McCarthy running like Bryce Young did yesterday, open things up. They were then scared of the quarterback run. What happened? It then opened up the passing game, then opened up everything. So I think Michigan needs to look at the blueprint yesterday. They've got a quarterback, a similar skill set to Bryce Young. It's their backup quarterback, freshman J.J. McCarthy, who probably has a stronger arm than Young. At least stronger arm. Maybe he's not a more accurate passer, but he can certainly run like him. That's what opened up. Once Alabama started using Bryce Young in the running game, everything else opened up, and literally they couldn't stop him. Then all of a sudden, everything downfield to Jamison Williams, that was wide open. So use McCarthy like Bryce Young, and you will have more success against a Georgia defense that people are calling one of the best we've seen in college football, maybe ever. Crazy stat. Georgia had given up more points, gave up more points to Alabama yesterday than they did in any month this season. I'm talking about September, the entire month of September, entire month of October, entire month of November. Any of those months, they got more points to Alabama just in yesterday's game than they did in any month of the year. You see at the bottom of the screen, Big Ten Championship gear, folks, is available. We got a landing page for you to find all the gear you want. Chatsports.com/champs. I'll put it down in the it's in the copy, the description of this video. If you're watching live, scroll down. If you're watching this later, go ahead and check the description. Also, check the comments I put in there. Just chatsports.com/champs. We'll drop you on that page. We sold a ton of stuff yesterday. I got myself some gear. I'm going to be rocking on shows later on this month. So if you want to be rocking some Michigan football Big Ten Championship gear or great Christmas presents coming up. You got 3 weeks, 4 weeks till Christmas. Get going. Chatsports.com/champs. Get your Big Ten Championship gear. You got to stop the run, right? Stetson Bennett is not a quarterback. Stetson. I'm not, just like C.J. Coleridge. His mama call him Stetson. I'm going to call him Stenson, okay? Stop the run on this team. They have 2 running backs. They have a running game that, frankly, is as good as the running game they had in 2017, where they were number 1 for a majority of the season. They've got Zaire White, who is their starter, but they use a setup just like Michigan does in a lot of ways with Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum. Zamir White and James Cook. It's a 1-2 combo. It's not necessarily thunder and lightning. They're kind of both. Maybe they remind me more of Diamond Edwards. They can do it all. In the running game, they can catch the ball out of the backfield as well, but they have 2 dynamic runners. They are going to try and win games just like Michigan has tried to win games, and that's on the ground, beat you up, out physical, out man ball you, and that's what you get potentially from those 2 players. So Michigan needs to stop the run if they're going to have a chance to beat Georgia team. Look, a Georgia team that people were saying we're going to walk, just going to waltz into the national title game. We're going to have no problem winning this thing. That's who Michigan's going to get in the semifinal, folks. And if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it by stopping the run. You see my Twitter account down there at the bottom of the screen, at James Yoder. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. If you want your Twitter experience the month of December to be nonstop awesomeness from me, go ahead and follow me. It's at James Yoder. By the way, thank you for all of you who followed me on Twitter on Friday. We said on Thursday, we get 10 followers overnight. We end up getting like 35 or something like that. Fly back early so we can do a post-game show last night, which we did, and, of course, have this live show here, College Football Playoff Rankings. Next up, get a lead, then play to win, right? This Michigan team has really not had to come from behind at all this year, okay? And so if you're going to win this game, look at the blueprint that beat Ohio State. Look at the blueprint that was about to beat win the game against Michigan State on the road, but didn't because they didn't play to win. In that Michigan State game, they played not to lose. It's a different thing. Against Ohio State, they kept trying to score. Last night against Iowa, they kept trying to score. Michigan is not going to win a national championship, which I absolutely believe they can do. They're not going to do it if they get up 10-0 against Georgia and start, just running the ball 3 times left, right, and then try to have Cade McNamara throw the ball against a great Georgia defense on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Michigan needs to consistently get to 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s. If we get to 3rd down, play to win. No, you're not going to win this game 21-3. No, you're not going to win this game 21-10. I think they're going to need to score points, right? Alabama didn't really need to do yesterday. I think Michigan will need to do that. Georgia's a very physical team. They outsize Michigan. They've got bigger guys on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They've got bigger linebackers. They've got bigger guys in secondary. Michigan can get a lead on them, but they can't just rest on their laurels and hope this kind of just turns into a 10-3 matchup and they can just ride it out by going 3 and out and punting the ball. Get down in the comments. I think Michigan can win the national championship. I really do. I'm not just saying it as a homer. I think what they have proven since they lost everything before the Michigan State game, but this is a different team after that Michigan State game. They are better on offense. They're more creative on offense. Special teams. They're blocking a punt basically every other game lately. They're having offensive play call. A.J. Henning, Roman Wilson, Diamond Edwards, Blake Corum, Luke Schoonmaker, Eric All. They have weapons everywhere. J.J. McCarthy's getting that more active on the offense. So type Go Blue if you think Michigan can win the national championship. I'm going to get down there in the comments with you as well because I certainly think that they can. If they follow this playbook that I'm giving you guys right here. No turnovers. That's basically it, right? Surprisingly, I put this, I think I'm last 2 weeks I've had a pretty good hit rate on my keys to victory for the 5 they did against Ohio State, for the 5 they did against Iowa. One of the ones they didn't do against Iowa was no turnovers. We had a turnover early, right? Ball went through, I can't remember whose hands it was. Might have been Eric All or Schoonmaker, but Cade McNamara threw a ball, went through a guy's hands, interception early on, and then end of the first half, they let just J.J. McCarthy throw it up for a touchdown, hoping trying to get a 50-yard Hail Mary, given his arm strength. Came up about a yard short. It was like right at the goal line, and Iowa intercepted. So Michigan did have turnovers yesterday, but it didn't ultimately cost them. I think it probably will cost them against Georgia in this game. So you've got to play turnover-free ball, win the turnover battle. Hell, force some turnovers if you can, but just don't commit them, and you have the opportunity to win this game, go to the national title game. It's in Cincinnati, or it's in Indianapolis. If Michigan's in that national title game, look, I was at the title game 3 years ago when it was Georgia-Alabama in Atlanta, and even though the outcome wasn't what Georgia fans wanted, they dominated everything because it was geographically advantageous in the national title game over Alabama. It was like 10-1 Georgia-Alabama fans in the fan fest, the circus, everything surrounding the game, the bars, the restaurants. Once game time, Tom, what do you say it was? Probably Georgia-Alabama. What was the crowd split? 50-50? More Georgia. Yeah, so crowded, the ticket allocation there, but the vibe. I was talking about the college football national title game with Georgia versus Alabama 2017 in Atlanta that Tom was at. So that is the word on that one. Those are my 5 keys to victory. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Michigan TV. This will be the dominating force on the internet for the next, 26 days leading up to Michigan, Georgia in the college football playoff semifinal.